We're going to start tonight with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. President Biden says Ukraine has been hit with missiles, air raids, tanks, and ground troops. It is the most significant attack on European soil since World War II. President Biden, however, remains steadfast that no American troops are headed into Ukraine. Meantime, the U.S. is hitting Russia with another round of sanctions, this time aimed at Russian businesses. The president is worried about the impact on gas prices, and he is ready to boost supply from our reserves and alleviate fears across the U.S. of the rising cost of gas. So the Chernobyl power plant has also been seized by Russian forces. The Ukrainian presidential office saying tonight it does not know the current condition of the facilities at the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster. They're calling the takeover one of the most serious threats in Europe today. Well, it doesn't happen often, but Russia's invasion of Ukraine has actually unified Houston area Republican and Democratic members of Congress. Fox 26's political reporter Greg Groogan spoke one-on-one with several lawmakers today and is live to tell us what they believe the future holds. Greg.
Yeah, Jonathan, the common threads here are outrage and accountability. Regardless of political party, our elected leaders say Russia must pay a heavy price for the naked aggression inflicted on a free and independent nation. The unprovoked Russian invasion of sovereign Ukraine has triggered condemnation from Houston area congressional leaders in the strongest possible terms.
This is completely barbaric behavior on the part of the Russians. It's barbaric.
Speaking from Ukraine, where she participated in a fact-finding mission, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee compared Putin's invasion to some of human history's greatest atrocities.
Putin with his stormtroopers have marched into Ukraine like the senseless, purposeless, immoral wars of the medieval time. This war and violent attack today in 2022 is purposeless, immoral, and senseless.
A scathing denunciation echoed by Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia, who says the Russian president is in the process of degenerating into a perpetrator of war crimes.
Putin has chosen to this. He will be responsible for all the life lost. He will be responsible for all the infrastructure that will be lost. He will be responsible for everything that results from this invasion.
Congressman Randy Weber views the invasion as a wake-up call.
Here's a news flash for our Democrat colleagues across the aisle and for the president. We have enemies out there in the world, and we can't just talk nice to them. You know what I'm saying? They understand one thing: power.
Which brings us back to decorated Navy SEAL turned Congressman Dan Crenshaw, who predicts Putin's land grab will ultimately backfire if met with coordinated resolve by the U.S. and its allies.
I think it quickly devolves into a guerrilla warfare insurgency, which should be the Russians' worst nightmare. I do think that they'll regret this. I think that they've created the situation for themselves where they are an absolute pariah and will have far more costs than benefits with this.
While the congressional members we spoke with were unanimous in their condemnation of Russia's invasion, none support sending American troops to join in the defense of Ukraine. In the newsroom, Greg Groogan, Fox 26 News.
Greg, thank you for that. And you can follow all of the fast-moving developments on Russia's invasion of Ukraine here on the Fox 26 News app. One way to download it, you can click on the QR code that will pop up on the bottom left corner of your screen.